All right. Day 10. I want to acknowledge that most people who started the challenge are gone or they're watching it on replay, which is awesome because you got to take the data as you can get it. They had a great day 1, solid day 2, and so on. We made it to day 10. That means you made double digits. Get it? I know life happens. Life happens, you have to drop off. That's one of the reasons I'm putting it in the guides so that we have the chance to use this and rework it later. So, did you do the moves from yesterday? Let us know in the comments. Again, this is pre-recorded because I am at a conference, but I wanted to make sure that I kept up with you guys because that was a commitment I made. So I want you to think about something, and it's one of my favorite missions actually, because it's the one that, I mean, there's a lot of stuff we skip, right? If not, we wouldn't be on a challenge trying to figure out how to get more money into our business. And this one does a lot of quiet work for you. That's why it's my favorite. I want you to drop value, not hints. Here's what I see a lot of people doing with a lot of content. They're dropping hints instead of value. Do you know what that means? A hint sounds like, I've been helping my clients get incredible results lately. If you want to know more, DM me. Right? So a value post sounds like, here's exactly here's exactly the thing that I walked my client through last week. It changed how they approach their business. Use this today, right? Feel the difference? Some of it's how I delivered it. I'm not going to lie, but a lot of it is there was value, and the other one felt like a tease. Yes, I know teasing people with stuff is one of the methods for marketing, but is it the method that feels genuine and authentic? Not for me. So I want you to think about that. I want you to think about what kind of value you're bringing to the table so that you can expedite that trust factor there. I want you to know that every single person in this group understands coaches, service providers, entrepreneurs, product producers, product creators, all of you. Value looks different depending on what you do, and all of that counts. For the coach, the value framework might be a mindset shift, a behind the scenes look of how you work with a client, a story behind the transformation. For the service provider, you may be looking at a quick tip in your area of expertise. For the entrepreneur, you're giving value or a lesson you learned the hard way in a system that saved you a lot of time. For Janelle, our embroidery designer, the product creator, it might be behind the scenes, a time lapse of a piece being made, a story behind the custom order, a tip on how to care for a product, a peek on what goes on and what goes into creating a custom design from start to finish. So it's giving the story, it's giving the real, it's giving the oomph. The secret sauce in all of it is you. Point blank period. A lot of what people forget about is everybody's got very similar tips and tricks. What makes the thing real, what makes it happen is you. So you need to be the most authentic version of you, and even if they look at what you're doing and they're trying to recreate it, they can't recreate you. We want to make sure that we're giving value. None of it's going to be a pitch, and all of this does is something incredibly important, and it builds trust before the sale. Everything we're doing is building trust before the sale. Here's what I know about buying behavior. People don't buy from the person who talks about what they do the most. They buy from the person who makes them feel helped before they ever spend $1. When someone consumes their value, and the value content that we create, and they think, wow, that actually helped me, they file it away as someone who's worth paying attention to. And when they're ready to invest, you are that person for them, and they think of you instantaneously. When was the last time you posted something with absolutely no pitch attached and just pure value, and people told you that it helped? So here's our 4 moves for the day. It's all about giving first, right? Move number 1, create a piece of pure content today, a framework, a story, a tutorial, behind the scenes, a resource, something like that. Something that genuinely helps the person you want to serve. With no pitch attached anywhere in it, not even in the end, just a value, full stop. Move 2, I want you to send a value add DM to 3 people. Find something genuinely useful, an article, a resource, a tip, something you know that would help them specifically. Help them specifically. And you send it in the message saying something like, I came across this and immediately thought of you. There's no pitch, no agenda, just a genuine thought of you. And that kind of message gets remembered. That's that genuine connection we talked about the last few days. Move number 3, find a question someone asked in a group, a comment thread, or something like that in your space, and answer it with real expertise. Show up as the person in the room that actually knows their stuff. You're not pitching. Again, not pitching. Just genuine, helpful answers. And this is how the ideal client finds you organically. And then move number 4, add a piece of social proof to your profile page. A testimonial, a result, a screenshot of a message a client sent you, a before or after, a review, something that shows your work creates genuine real outcomes. Social proof has value too. It tells the story of your transformation without you having to say a word. You know what you got to do as far as your personal page. If you're posting that testimonial, the social proof, I want you to post it to your feed and also into your stories. Again, we're trying to get the algorithm to move along. Day 10, you know where the worksheets are. YouTube, I'm just going to start putting the bulk folder, all that information's in there. So here's one takeaway. If you've got a takeaway from today, value builds trust. Trust drives sales, and it's simple, and that's sequential, right? You cannot skip the trust step and go straight to a sale. It doesn't work that way. But when you show up consistently and you give value and you sell the value becomes what feeds them, right? And then the sale becomes the natural next step. It stops feeling pitchy, so you know that I can smell a pitch from a mile away, and it starts to feel like the obvious next move. Someone who has been benefiting from what you are doing is likely to share what it is, and then they're also likely to take the next step, right? So go ahead and drop either in the group, or you can drop a message to me. Show us what you're doing to show up, and I can't wait to move on to the next one. Remember, drop value, not hints. Let's go get paid.